As the Ted Cruz and Carly Fiorina partnership is grabbing a lot of headlines, federal records show these two Republicans had ties when they were both still competing candidates. One America's Cramer explains how their connection actually dates all the way back to last summer. Take a look.
Ted Cruz's announcement of Carly Fiorina as his running mate was certainly early in election season, but not unprecedented. Cruz has invoked Ronald Reagan numerous times on the campaign trail.
This is the birthplace of the Reagan Revolution. And let me tell you, there's a new revolution brewing.
And it was Reagan who broke with tradition in 1976 by announcing his running mate early, tabbing Pennsylvania Senator Richard Schweiker as his vice president. The parallels from 1976 to 2016 are striking. At the time, Reagan was trailing significantly in terms of delegates to his GOP challenger, Gerald Ford. In an effort to spark his slumping campaign, Reagan made the announcement. The problem is, it didn't do much to help Reagan that year. Both candidates arrived at the convention short of the magic delegate number. However, Ford's lead was significant enough that he was able to capture the nomination on the first ballot thanks to unbound delegates. Reagan, of course, would go on to become a two-term president, but it is telling to note that when he secured the nomination in 1980, he didn't announce a running mate ahead of time. Reagan apparently learned from the misstep in 1976, but whether the gamble pays off for Cruz in 2016 still remains to be seen. Speaking of history, Cruz and Fiorina have a connection, and it's one that's interesting enough for the Federal Elections Commission to weigh in on. Rewind election season 10 months to June 2015. Ted Cruz and Carly Fiorina aren't running mates, rather they're rivals competing for the Republican nomination, or at least they're supposed to be. That's what makes this FEC filing interesting, to say the least. It shows a top Ted Cruz super PAC, Keep the Promise One, gave $500,000 to the Carly for America super PAC during the height of the summer campaign season. The move is not illegal, but it is certainly unusual, especially when the two funds are supporting different candidates fighting for the same position. As such, the strange donation prompted the FEC to send a letter requesting clarification. The president of Keep the Promise One defended the donation by stating the fund felt Fiorina employed a poignant and effective criticism of Hillary Clinton. But the evidence all points to criticism of a different candidate. The Make America Awesome super PAC gained notoriety in March after it created a meme involving Donald Trump's wife, Melania. The super PAC is open about its anti-Trump goals and support of Ted Cruz, but the Texas senator distanced himself from the group. Fiorina? Not so much. The Make America Awesome PAC lists a P.O. box in Alexandria, Virginia as its main address to accept funds. Interestingly enough, that P.O. Box 26141 in Alexandria, Virginia, is the same mailing address used by the Carly for America super PAC, which received that $500,000 donation from the Cruz super PAC in June. It appears that when Fiorina wasn't singing about Ted Cruz's daughters,
I know two girls that I just adore. I'm so happy I can see them more.
While the alleged collusion between Cruz and John Kasich gained steam in April, FEC data shows Fiorina and Cruz have been connected for months, even when they were allegedly rivals competing for the same GOP nomination. Cramer, One America News.